Sorry, I believe we are good to go.
Yes, we are good to go.
Sure. So
Yeah.
once again, I'd like to thank you everyone for joining in on a weekday. Thank you, Naveen sir, for giving us the time on specifically on the evening after the office hours. So the flow would be that, okay, before that, I would like to introduce Dr. Naveen is basically an associate professor with Department of Electrical Engineering, the School of Engineering, and we all will be going through a small presentation which would clear your doubts specifically about electrical and computer program which has been introduced. You guys, most of you have already applied and might also have got the offers. So sir is there to assist you. Request you to kindly bear with us, go through the presentation and post that. It would be followed by the question and answer. In case you have any queries related to the admission process or anything, I am there with you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Naveen sir. In the meantime, just a small rule, request everyone to be on mute so that the presentation can go smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you, Neeraj ji. So the objective of today's presentation is mostly towards resolving your queries related to our new program, which is electrical and computer engineering. So I am joined by a few professors in the meeting also. We do have Dr. Upendra, who is a nanoelectronics scientist with us. He's an assistant professor with us. So he will also be joining in case you have any queries related to this new program. Uh, so as we decided, we are not going to focus about anything on Shiv Nadar University or something, but our focus is to resolve or explain to you how this electrical and computer engineering program will be helpful for your kid in future. And also the main objective here is to differentiate how this is different from the existing computer science engineering program. So that's the objective of this presentation. Uh, I'll just give you a brief note about first the department so that you know how rich the department is before you take on your decisions to admit your kid in the department. So we are an electrical engineering department here. When we say electrical engineering, it has electrical, electronics, communication, and now computer engineering also. Please remember that I will be differentiating the difference between computer engineering and computer science engineering later on towards as we proceed. Currently, our faculty strength is 18. We have 6 professors with us, 6 associate professors with us, and 7 assistant professors with us. We have close to 9 lab technicians, 1 executive assistant, close to 23 active PhD students here. And this is one of the largest departments. You can see there are more than 400 students in this particular department. And these are some of the qualifications of the faculty that I have listed. Professor Dinkar Prasad is the head of the department from IIT Kharagpur. And then Professor Madan Gopal, he is ex-faculty IIT Delhi. Any electrical engineering graduate must know Professor Gopal because of his textbook on control systems. And then we have Professor MP Dave, who is also an ex-faculty from IIT Roorkee. We have Professor PC Jain, who is from Siri Pilani and CDAC. He was the director of CDAC. Professor Vijay Chakka, he is professor from NIT Trichy. And me myself, I am the UG advisor for this program also. And after the student gets into the department, any queries related to the academics, I will be the contact person. And then we do have Professor Amitabh Chatterjee from University of California, Dr. Venkat Hariharan from IIT Bombay, Dr. Sonal Singhal from IIT Roorkee. So she will be the UG advisor for first years. Professor Atul Singh from IIT Delhi, Dr. Madhur Upadhyay from IIT Delhi, Amit Bakshi from IIT Bombay, he is the UG advisor for the existing EEE programs. And then Professor Himanshu Sahu from IIT Guwahati, Akash Sinha, he is a robotics specialist from Carnegie Mellon University. Dr. Jitendra Prasad from IIT Guwahati, Dr. Upendra Pandey, who is with us from Italy, Dr. Rohit Singh from IIT Indore, and Dr. Kamal Singh from IIT Bombay. So you can see the richness of experiences of all our faculties here. And just to give you a glimpse, I have just taken the same pictures from the photographs also, in case you want to relate with the photographs. Dr. Dinkar Prasad, our head of the department. Professor Suni Tuli is the Dean of Partnerships, Dean of Research, and Dean of Accreditations and Ranking. Professor Vijay Chakka and me, myself, Naveen. Dr. Venkat Hariharan here, Amitabh, Dr. Atul, Sonal, Madhur, Amit Bakshi, Himanshu, and Jitendra Prasad, Prajapati, Dr. Upendra, Dr. Rohit Singh, Kamal Singh, and Akash Sinha. These are our visiting professors, just I introduced. So to start with, this electrical department, though this is the largest department with huge number of students, our focus is largely towards research also. And we work in areas of signal processing, microwave engineering, microelectronics. Microelectronics include VLSI and nanoelectronics, and organic electronics, which includes the organic flexible materials in electrical solar systems. Then communication engineering, power systems, machine learning, power electronics, and machine drives. You can see here that all areas of electronics, communications, and the power engineerings are distributed. So, and as I said, this is one of the most largest department with so many labs also. We have machines lab, we have electrical machines lab, control systems and instrumentation lab, power system simulation lab, and each lab is of a square feet of 2000 square feet, which can accommodate close even to 60 students in one go. Power electronics, electronics lab 1 and lab 2, these are dedicated to the undergraduate teaching for large section of courses. Microwave engineering lab, communication engineering lab, digital signal processing lab, embedded and robotics lab, VLSI and microelectronics project lab, nanoelectronics and computation lab. This is a dedicated research lab that we have here, and organic flexible electronics lab. So the last two are dedicated research labs we have. Now, if you look at the academic program, we started in the year, we are the first department to be started when the university started. We started in 2011. So right now we have crossed more than 11 years of our operation, and we offer BTech program in electrical and electronics and communication engineering. Shortly we call it as ECE, which we started, which is a 4-year program which we started in 2011, and the ECE program will continue till 2025 only. Similarly, BTech in electrical and electronics engineering, which is also a 4-year program. Shortly, we call it as a EEE program, which will also continue till 2025. In other sense, we are not admitting any students from the next academic year for these two programs, BTech ECE and BTech EEE. Instead, we are starting a new program, BTech in Electrical and Computer Engineering program, which is also a 4-year program. We are, for the first time, we are starting from 2022. I will explain why we are doing away with ECE and EEE and why we are starting with Electrical and Computer Engineering as we proceed in the presentations. So these are the areas of research that we offer for PhD programs also. In addition to undergraduate, we don't have a master's program, but we do have a PhD program. So any student, a bright undergraduate student, if he is interested, he can also get into the PhD program also. So these are the areas of PhD we admit students: electrical machine drives, power electronics drives, microwave engineering, MEMS technologies, microelectronics and mechanical systems, material sciences, signal processing, and wireless communications. These are very broad areas of work. And to be precise, so far we have awarded 11 PhD scholars from different these areas. So we did have an MTech program also. We had a tie-up with ST Microelectronics, and we ran this MTech program for 2 years. Since we did not get quality students in MTech, we stopped admitting students there. Currently, from our department so far, 785 BTech students have already graduated. And currently there are close to 400 students who are already with us for the 4-year programs. So just to give you a snapshot of the important point of contacts in case you want to discuss anything further related to the department. Professor Dinkar Prasad is the head of the department. Dr. Atul Veer Singh is the PhD coordinator. And myself, Dr. Amit Bakshi, are the undergraduate advisors. And Dr. Sonal Singhal, who will be looking after only the first year students. Now I'm slowly starting to explain the importance of electrical and computer engineering. When we had till 2022, till last year, we had these 3 specializations. As a department of electrical engineering, we had electrical, electronics, and communication. This electrical plus electronics, which is what is this EEE program is. This electronics and communication, which is what is this ECE program. We realized, having so much years of experience and with our broad experience abroad also, that all our courses employ some kind of computers in our programs. So what we decided was, in order to give more emphasis with regard to the future research also, and with regarding to our peer universities abroad, we decided that computer engineering cannot be discarded going forward. Hence, what we decided is to include computer engineering concepts also. So what we decided is to have all electrical, electronics, communication, and computer engineering. We are coming up with a new program called as the ECE program. Now you might realize there are multiple questions that might come. How is this different from the existing computer science program? I will explain you first with what we are doing now, that is existing programs of EEE and ECE. I will give you a complete overview. And then what I'll do is I'll compare this ECE and computer science engineering program. I will compare so that you can relate what has been in the past and what is going to be in the future also. So to start with, if you look at our electrical and electronics engineering program, which we shortly call it as the EEE program, the specializations were power engineering, electric drives, power electronics, and energy engineering. These are the 4 different areas of specializations of EEE program. Currently, what we are doing, not about the new program. With related to ECE, I mean, the pictures, whatever you see are our electrical engineering labs only. And with related to ECE program, we are specialized in VLSI, embedded systems, IoT, signals and systems, and microwave engineering. These are our actual pictures from our labs. Now, in order to give you what we are doing currently and why we are not going to do these things going forward, lies in our curricula actually. Now, this is the EEE curricula. What you see on this side is the EEE curricula, and what you see on this side is the ECE curricula. So our curricula, our students for EEE program must earn 162 credits, and for ECE program they must earn 160 credits. And there has been we have divided our courses into these types, that is CCC course, UWE course. You are already aware about what is an UWE course is. If you want to earn a minor degree, then you have to choose 18 credits so that you can earn a minor degree. So combined, you must have 42 credits for you to be eligible for a BTech degree in EEE or in ECE. So both these structures are same. Since we are into electrical department, almost most of the structure will be very, very similar, except few changes here. Basic sciences, there are 20 credits in both the cases. Engineering sciences also 12 credits in both the cases. The only difference is the major core course, there is 61 credits that is required, whereas it is 59 credits that is required here. Whereas otherwise, the major elective, major projects, they are all the same. So this is about the current architecture for curricular architecture for EEE and ECE programs. Still, I have not started explaining the new program. Now, I've just listed the courses. so that my flow will be towards our electrical and computer engineering program. So this is the first year course for EEE. This is the first semester course for ECE also. So these are the courses. They do max physics, basic electrical electronics. Here also they do max physics, basic electrical electronics. I have purposefully highlighted this particular course because this is offered by a computer science engineering department. So they are doing one programming course. Both our EEE students and our ECE students, they are doing one computer science, one programming course. Second semester also, they are doing one computer science course you see here. So they are doing two computer science courses in their first year itself. Please remember these things because when I show you the computer science syllabus, you can easily relate how different we are. Now, similarly, in the third semester, uh, there are multiple courses we offer. That is, this is related to electrical engineering, electronics engineering, machines, electrical engineering. Electric mechanics is nothing but electromechanics. So electromechanics is nothing but electrical machines. So all the courses are similar for EEE and ECE till third semester. Only in the fourth semester, there will be a slight change here. Please look at these highlighted things, signals and systems. These EEE students also study and ECE students also study. There is a reason why I have highlighted this. Similarly, in the fourth semester, they do a design course. EEE ECE students also design a course, and even computer science students also design a study design course. So the difference lies here that EEE students do this electromagnetic and instrumentation engineering different course, electrical machine to a different course. Similarly, transmission and distribution a different course. Whereas here, this electromagnetic engineering here and here they are same, analog electronics, analog electronics. Why I'm doing this is because so that I'm trying to relate that EEE and ECE program also varies very lightly, not really large enough. Similarly, the fifth semester courses, you can see the lot of similar courses both the programs are doing. Control systems, digital signal processing, control systems, digital signal processing. In the sixth semester also, they do embedded systems hardware. They do embedded systems hardware and VLSI technologies also. Now, and the seventh semester, everything is the same. It is CCC's major electives and major project, CCC, major elective, major project. And eighth semester is also the same. So what you understand from both the EEE and ECE programs is they are almost similar, but with emphasis on certain courses only. Okay. So EEE students also study embedded systems. ECE students also study embedded systems. Likewise, in addition to this, we offer specialization tracks also. EEE students can get a specialization in power systems, power electronics. That is, what does it mean is these are some of the courses that they have to take if they want to earn a specialization in power systems. These are the courses that a student will take if they want to get themselves specialized in power electronics and drives. ECE program, if they want to get a specialization in microelectronics, then they have to do these courses. If they want to get a specialization in wireless communication, then they have to do these courses. Similarly, there are two more specialization tracks for ECE programs. If they want to do specialization tracks in signal processing and computation, they will be doing these set of courses. For RF and microwave specialization, they will do these set of courses. Now coming to the list of elective courses that we offer. You see here that there are a lot of major elective 1, major elective 2, likewise. These are the elective courses which student can choose of their choices, right, in order to get specializations. Now, these are some of the electives for the EEE students. You can see here that they are mix of both EEE as well as ECE students. Digital design using FPGA, this is mostly related to VLSI. Similarly, you have switched mode power converters, photovoltaic power generations. These are some of the electronics based courses. And you can see here that we do offer a computer science based Python Perl script language course for data science and automations also. And we also do give elective courses on VLSI also. Now, I hope you slowly understand that going forward, there are no barrier between a EEE and a ECE courses. Everything is in fact clubbed together and they are overlapping. And you see here that there are a lot of computer science courses which is also overlapping here. Python is a computer science course which is being taught by the electrical faculty, which overlaps with the computer science courses. Similarly, I'm going back to with my slides. Here you see here that these two courses, CSD 101, CSD 201, they are all computer science courses which are taken by the EEE and ECE students. Similarly, signals and systems that you see here is taken by computer science students. Digital electronics that you see here, they are also taken by computer science students. So, overall, you can see that 20% of the courses are very, very similar to what computer science students are taking. So our current EEE and ECE students take 20% of similar computer science students. Now, why we went in for the computer electrical and computer engineering? The reason behind this, let me erase all these writings. Yeah, the reason behind this, in all the courses that we study, we use computers extensively, either for simulations or to study the software related to it. I will just tick mark those courses where we use computers or we use softwares in order to look at the different applications of computer engineering. For example, in this particular course, we use a software called as Multisim. In again, in semiconductor devices too, they will be doing an extensive laboratory sessions along with some simulations of devices. Here also there is a scope of using multi-sim simulators for semiconductor devices. And yeah, let me erase again. Yeah. So circuitry, digital electronics, they use a microprocessor course. Signals and system, they use a MATLAB course. Electromechanics, they use a three-dimensional machine design software. And then analog electronics, they use a multi-sim software. Communication engineering, they use MATLAB software. And in digital signal processing, they use a software. Communication networks, they use software. VLSI, they use software. Embedded systems is a software course. Digital communication is a software course. As I have tick marked multiple courses here, they all have some kind of a software content inside their course. Now, so that is the reason we wanted to move largely towards computer applications, using computers, how the electrical applications can be made. So, and these are some of the major elective courses for ECE programs. You can see microwave. This is again a computer-based course, satellites, digital design using FPGA control systems. All these, most of the course, applied machine learning we have here. Again, Python, optical fiber communications, IoT, special topics in RF microwave. All these courses which have an overlapping with computer science engineering program are being taught for our current EEE and ECE programs also. Now we also wanted to look forward. What is this going forward? I mean, in 2011, when SNU was Shiv Nadar University was started, we were the first one to introduce the major and minor programs, which was very much predominant in the US universities. And only after we introduced in 2011, you can see most of the Indian universities also now follows the major minor concepts. Even in the new education policy of Government of India also, they introduce these kind of interdisciplinary and intradisciplinary courses. Now, we also did a benchmarking with the leading other universities also. If you look at the Carnegie Mellon University, they do not have any program like a EEE program or an ECE program. So I'm just opening. Okay? My screen must not be visible. Just a second. Yes. Now you can see that this is. Yeah, this is Carnegie Mellon University's website, and this is for their undergraduate program. The programs that they offer again is electrical and computer engineering. It is not EEE or it is not an ECE program. Similarly, let me take my other example here. The other example, say University of Washington. This is ece.vw.edu, which is University of Washington. This is also, they also offer electrical and computer engineering program. It's not either a triple E program or an ECE program. This is University of Washington for you. And then let me go on to Canadian University, University of Alberta. Yeah, this is U Alberta. They also offer, they also offer electrical and computer engineering here. This is Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering and University of California, Berkeley. So these are some of the examples. You are very much open to explore more universities also. Again, this is electrical engineering and computer sciences department. So this is how we benchmark ourselves going forward. One thing that we can say for sure is that after 5 years, 10 years, once this particular program is very, very familiarized, there will be many Indian universities who will follow this particular suit of converting this EEE and ECE programs to electrical and computer engineering program. Now, just to give you a snapshot before exactly jumping on to making you understand the electrical and computer engineering, we are establishing in 2022, and this is as per AICTE nomenclature. When we decided that we must do something different with computer applications towards electrical systems, we decided what name we should give to this particular program. We brainstormed multiple ways. Say, for example, we even thought of giving a name like electrical, electronics, communication, and computer engineering program, but that was too lengthy and it might not, it might create confusion in the market. So we followed the AICTE nomenclature. In the AICTE nomenclature, we had electrical and computer engineering nomenclature, which we are very much used, and we are very happy to have this particular name for the reason, even when your son or daughter completes this particular program and applies for a master's program in US universities, it will be easily recognized instead of EEE or an ECE program. So and why this particular reason we have taken is almost 80% of our students after their BTech degrees here at SNU with our electrical department, they go abroad for their master's program. They do get a job even after doing job for 2-3 years. They again go for a master's program. So when they go for a master's program, for the foreign universities to understand our Indian university nomenclature, electrical and computer engineering suits best, and hence we decided to rename our program as electrical and computer engineering and doing away with EEE and ECE programs. And currently we offer undergraduate programs, we offer postgraduate and doctoral programs. Postgraduate programs we will be starting sooner, and the professional club that we have is an IEEE club. We currently have, I'm speaking currently about the new program, electrical and computer engineering. We are going to offer 4 specializations. There are 13 major core courses here. There are 30 elective courses. There are 10 major elective slots for you. And there are close to 483 students who are currently with us out of 3,308 students. Close to 15% of the population at SNU belongs to the EEE department, our electrical department. We have 18 faculty members, 14 labs, which I have already listed, and more than 80 plus publications we have as in terms of research group. Now coming to our proposed electrical and computer engineering program, which may be of interest to you. You see here that the structure is more or less similar, right? If in case you want to quickly review on our existing structure, I'm just going to the previous slide so that you can relate here. Yeah. Now just remember this particular slide. You have CCC 1818, minimum is 42. This basic sciences is 20, engineering sciences is 12, and then the rest of the elective courses. This particular structure is also very much similar. This structure is also similar. This is CCC is 18, UW is 18, and the minimum credits required is 36. Basic sciences is 20, engineering sciences is 13, and major course is 31. We are offering huge number of elective courses here. which is 32 courses, a mini project and a minor project, close to 9 credits. In addition to this, this is where we are going to be different here. We are going to offer specialization in these 4 different specializations. I said here that we are going to offer 4 specializations here. So the specializations are modern energy systems, analog RF and communication engineering, embedded systems and computer engineering, sensors and nanoelectronics. What does this specialization will add upon is, if say for example, out of the total 160 credits, we have listed certain courses. Out of those courses, if a student is getting 16 credits, then he will be offered these specializations. Now, what does this mean to you as a student and as a parent is, in case this is a sample certificate, right? Your degree certificate now will have obviously the name of the student, the degree of will have these possible combinations. So possible degree nomenclature after 4 years will be either your kid can decide that he wants to get a degree in BTech in electrical and computer engineering. So this is one option. In case a student doesn't want any specialization, right? He takes few courses here, few courses here, few courses here, and few courses here. He will not fulfill these 16 credits, but he can take few credits here, few credits here, few credits here, and then he can just get a degree in BTech in electrical and computer engineering only. Or if he wants to get himself specialized in the first specialization, modern energy systems, then his degree will say BTech electrical and computer engineering with specialization in modern energy systems. Or if he is taking the second specialization, analog RF and communication engineering, then his degree will say BTech in electrical and computer engineering with specialization in analog RF and communication engineering. Likewise for embedded systems and computer, sensors and nanoelectronics. Not only this, now you have seen our structure, UWE, what is this UWE structure, right? University-wide elective. A student has to get 18 credits under this particular category, university-wide elective. If a student from the, we are calling this as an ECU program so that we don't lose this communication aspect here. So if a student goes to any other department and then does certain courses close to 18 credits, then he can get a minor degree. So if a student, I'll just give you more examples also. If a student getting specialized in embedded and systems and computer engineering, he wants, say, he is doing some UWE courses under mechanical engineering, then he will be getting his degree will say that he has got BTech in electrical and computer engineering with specialization in embedded systems and computer engineering with minor in mechanical engineering. Or in case if he is interested in mathematics, if he feels that mathematics will help him grow better in areas of embedded systems and computer engineering, then if he goes to mathematics departments and does certain UWE courses, then he will have a minor in mathematics. So this is how his degree structure will look like. Now let me compare how this particular program and computer science engineering program is different. On your right hand side that you see here are the computer engineering syllabus, and on the left hand side that you see here are the new program syllabus. You can see a very similar kind of a curricula here. We have mathematical methods here, also mathematical methods. We have a physics course. We have a BTech in ECE program, that is basics in electrical and electronics. The same course the computer science students will also be studying here. Introduction to computer programming. Please, here our students will be studying C and C++. And here again, introduction to computer programming, they will be studying C and C++. So the first semester is very much similar. And here also the environmental course here and environmental course here. Coming to second semester, they do mathematics methods. Here also it is mathematics methods too. They are calling it as applied linear algebra. Physics 2, digital electronics. They will be doing the digital electronics here. And then the semiconductor devices course, instead of semiconductor devices, they are doing material sciences engineering here. So the basics of EEE, anyway, we are offering it for their program. This is for CAC programs. Okay. Now coming to third semester. Yeah, mathematics method, they are doing probability and statistics. They will be doing discrete mathematics. We will be doing machines, data structures, and embedded systems, signals and systems. And these students will be doing digital electronics. Obviously, as a first UWE, they will be studying a design program. This design program and this the next fourth semester ECE's design program are same. Both the courses are same. So we have tick mark, and this computer organization and architecture in computer science, they will be doing here in their fifth semester. So computer organization and design courses already there. And what is the course our students, the new program students will not be doing is they will not be doing object-oriented program. Otherwise, they will also be doing data structures here. They are doing data structures here. So you can see here, all the courses that I have tick marked, the ECE students will also be doing. Going forward, they are doing probability and statistics, and our students have already done probability and statistics here. Signals and systems, our students have already done signals and systems here, right? Similarly, the major elective course and UWE courses, they are very, very similar. They are doing an artificial intelligence course. I will show you where our students will be doing an artificial intelligence. So, and these courses, they will, our EC new program students will not be doing. They will not do operating systems. These highlighted red programs, they will not be doing. Software design lab, design and analysis of algorithms, introduction to database. And they are doing the major elective. Please remember one thing that you can relate here is both EEE, both this ECE program and computer science engineering program. So this is the CSE program. They are doing only one programming course, which is nothing but the C programming. Here also they are doing one C programming course only. Now, here, as you see here, the students are doing artificial intelligence, right? The same artificial intelligence, our computer science students will, our ECE students will also be doing in their sixth semester. Computer networks is very, very similar to what the computer communication networks our students will be doing. And the highlighted red courses is the courses our students will not be doing. So now I have compared you 6 semesters of courses where 3, 4 and just 5, 6 courses, they are very, very different from what the existing computer science engineering courses are doing. And similarly, our 7th semester will be same, major elective 6, 7, 8, major elective 5, 6 and some UWEs there. And these are some of the elective courses that they can choose for this. I'll come back to this particular part. And final semester, it is the project semester for us also, for computer science also, for ECE also. Now coming to the specialization track. I said here in the first slide that, yeah, in this slide, that they can get specialization in modern energy systems, analog RF and communication, embedded systems and computer, sensors and nanoelectronics. How do they earn this? How do they earn this is, you see here that we have listed a lot of courses here, right? These are elective courses. These are some of the elective courses. Similarly, these are some of the elective courses. And these are some of the elective courses. Now, if you want to earn a modern energy system specialization, then you have to choose out of these 8 courses that are listed, they have to just do 20 credits of courses. As you see here, it must have been written 16 credits from a particular specialization is required. So there are total 26 credits. They have to do any course that is on offer. You can see, say, for example, let me take high voltage engineering, right? This is offered in 7th semester. Where is 7th semester? This is the 7th semester course. And high voltage engineering will be offered here. So which means as part of any of these 3 courses, this high voltage engineering will be offered. If they take it and if they fulfill 16 credits from this bucket of courses, then they can earn modern energy systems as a specialization. Similarly, if they want to get specialized in analog RF and communication, the bucket is very, very large here. Out of 49 credits, they just have to take 16 credits. Similarly, out of 19 credits here, they are going to take only 16 credits So for embedded systems and computer engineering, please note that this particular list of courses is bound to increase. Only yesterday, we had spoken with ST Microelectronics, which is a very huge industry, chip manufacturing industry, which is located in Greater Noida, where they are very much offered to teach us a lot of VLSI based courses and IoT based courses and computer science based courses. So this particular list is bound to go large. And for specialization in sensors and nanoelectronics, they have to do these courses: VLSI, sensors, digital design, WBG devices, and analog CMOS devices. So this is how the specializations are. And just to give you a brief overlook on what computer science is doing. So this is the structure of computer science also. Because in case you are more interested in computer science and you will not do anything else, so just give you a they are also want 18 to 24 for CCC, UWE 18 to 24, basic science is 17, engineering science is 17, major core is 61, and they are offering these specializations. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, even our current ECE Pro students will also be getting the same kind of specializations. They are offering data sciences and big data analytics as additional specialization, cyber security and privacy as additional courses. So with this, I hope I have made things clearer for electrical and computer engineering courses. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you so much, sir. And just wanted to add, our director Nair is also there. So in case anyone has any queries, I would request everybody to just raise your hand and we'll unmute yourself and thereafter you can ask the question. I can see Dr. Sanjay Kumar. I am just unmuting you. Please go ahead and ask the question.
Thank you, Naveen Babu, for your comprehensive presentation. My ward has been offered this program in your university. So I just want to have two specific queries. Sir, I have already written in the chat box, but let me again mention this. The first is, in fact, you have mentioned in your program, but let me again repeat it. That is, this program is accredited by the AICTE, sir.
Yeah, I've already said that this is based on the nomenclature of the AICTE. We are an institution of eminence, which we have powers or the facilities or the liberty to start any programs of our choice.
Okay, so that specific accreditation for this course is not required from the
it's
AICTE.
Not required, yes.
Okay. Number two is, sir, that if my ward is seeking admission in MTech program after doing this UG program in this new stream, is this UG program is covered in GATE papers?
Yes, if you look at the GATE syllabus, good question. If you look at the GATE syllabus, it is only the topics that are mentioned. Topics in the sense, they will mention signals and systems, they will mention digital electronics, they will mention power systems. So only these topics are mentioned, and you can see that all the courses that are mentioned in the GATE also has been included in our major core courses. It's not even elective course. They are included in major core so that no student can say that this particular area we are unable to cover because of the specializations.
Okay. So a student who is opting for this course either appear for electrical engineering or either for the computer engineering or any other course also.
Yes, even communications also, if they are interested, they can do the courses.
Okay, the syllabus which comes into the GATE paper is covering, is in fact almost covering in your UG program.
Almost, I will definitely help you with that particular data.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just give me a few minutes. I'll just. Meanwhile, I can take the other questions also.
Sorry, so I'm just allowing Devendra Umrao. Please unmute.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Thank you, Mr. Naveen Babu, for enlightening us on this program. As parents, we are obviously anxious about the contents. So, sir, my question, Dr. Sanjay Kumar has already taken some clarification. It has helped us all. My question is a little basic because of the current euphoria about computer science as a BTech program. So people have, how do you think it is placed? Because you have very clearly highlighted that the course contents are quite, similar. Obviously, we retain our unique DNA as electrical and computer engineering, that is there. But still, from learning perspective, almost quite a lot of similarities, almost 60-65% similarities there. So, sir, one basic thing which, which children as students and we are also anxious about, because computer science program is seen as, something which fetches a better job, from that perspective and better future prospects vis-a-vis, these programs, let's say electronics and communications, or currently electronics, electrical and computer engineering. So
Sir,
how do you see that perception, sir? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
Sir, our objective of renaming our program is precisely what you asked. Because we
Okay,
have got past experience that when some company comes, they will ask only for computer science student, right?
Right, sir.
There are very specialized company, they say, oh, no, only computer. Even though we try to explain that our syllabus contents matches 75% with computer science, they really want that title, computer. Then
Right.
this is one of the precise reason that we renamed our program as electrical and computer engineering. Now we can claim always that even any specialized computer science companies also see this is also a computer science program. Our 75% of the courses are matched.
Okay.
I see. So you think
And
renaming will go a long way in clearing this perception, and
yes,
students will have better prospects over after 4
this is a
years?
bold move that we are making, and we are very optimistic that this new program, so that nobody will be at a disadvantage of just doing EEE and ECE programs.
Yeah.
And
Just
yes, sir.
can,
To
can
answer, sir, 1 minute, sir. To answer the previous parent question, sir, you said you wanted to relate to gate related, right? So this is the gate syllabus for electrical engineering 2023. You can see that the contents are engineering mathematics, which I showed you in my curricula, that we are covering linear algebra, calculus, probability, and statistics, right? So in case you forgot, I can again show you the design course here.
No, it's okay. Okay, sir. It's okay
Yeah.
for me. So just
Yeah, I mean, the electric circuit is also covered. One of the major course, electromagnetic fields is covered. Signals and systems, electrical machines is covered, and power systems is also covered. Control systems is covered, and measurements, analog, digital electronics is covered. There is no topic that we are not covering in our course, especially for gate syllabus.
thank you.
just,
Thank you.
yeah, just to add, Prof. Naveen Babu, if you may allow.
Yes, sir.
the
Please
question.
go ahead.
So the question raised by Devendra, which is a very apt question, like all parents want, in spite of explaining the depth by Professor Naveen Babu in terms of what is the content similarity, but that's a perception in the whole market is there. So if you see uh, our career development center, most across the university, the three stream, which is your computer science engineering, triple E or ECE, which we have combined, it's called circuit stream. This circuit stream is basically most of the company which comes when they come for the interview or placements and all, they take the same level all students together. These three call it circuit stream. Apart from that, there is an advantage to this stream particularly. Like as Praveen Babu said, there are 10-15% of the organization which is very particular. No, we want CSC to tackle them, to address that. That's what we come up with this. But however, if you ask me in terms of the advantage, the students who have done electrical and computer engineering, they are more in advantage stage. As you see, they cover most of the, what you call coverage of CSC. And when we talk about you do advancement, whether you wanted to go cybersecurity, you wanted to go network side, it's an advance, which probably you join the company and do. So this program is really the new age program, we call it, which to look after not the current job in demand, but definitely after 4-5 years, when the students will be passing out from the university, they would be apt and would be having the right kind of skill set to match the requirement at that particular time. So just wanted to add, they are more in advantage side of this program.
Thank you, Mr. Nair. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Naveen Babu.
Thank you, sir.
Mute Neeraj.
Okay.
Rupa, Hari Krishna.
Yeah, Rupa, you can go ahead and ask.
Thank you so much, Mr. Naveen, and I think it was a very, beautifully explained difference. But just as a parent, I'm sure you understand. I have one question, very specific for my ward. She had asked for computer science engineering and had given electrical and computer science as her second. And this is what she has been offered, and we have paid the fees because I think my son also did from SSN. So we are so happy that we are with you. But just wanted to know,
Okay.
at the end of 1 year or whatever, would you have something like a sliding policy in case the child, of course, if they are convinced, we will be happy that they continue here. But in case the child wants to, go over to a full CSC course, would you allow, and what is the eligibility criteria for that?
So you can. Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, yes, if you see, this is a very progressive university in Shiv Nadar University has in terms of vision. So we do have a sliding. I rather call a sliding rather than I call a major change. Sliding happen within the first year itself before joining, which you used to do. I would be very frank with you. Last couple of years, even in post-pandemic, it's supposed to be a blessing in disguise for us. We have very large pool of very scholar applicants, and the seats are limited, as you know. So there are more applicants. So in the first year, when before you're applying, we didn't had sliding up for last 2-3 years because we have oversubscribed. Now, in case of change of major, the rule is very simple. Probably Prof. Naveen Babu will add up to more. Let's say I have 100 seats in computer science engineering and there are 100 students there. And in next his second year, one of the student basically got an opportunity to go abroad. He left. So we have a 1 seat vacancy or 2 seat vacancy. Then there's the chances where student would like to change the major. They give the request. The request has to go to both the departments, I think, and they have to abide by the same criteria what was there earlier. And the department has the next level of requirement, the CGP and all, which probably Naveen Babu will add up. We do have that major change, but I being very honest in saying I'm not sure how this year admission go, but last year I'm not sure, Prof. Naveen Babu, we could have actually accommodate any single student because we were oversubscribed. I think more than 120, we were more students there. That's what it is. But otherwise, we do have a provision of major change. There is also one provision apart from this, which is a major and minor, which Prof. Naveen Babu explained that let's say a BTech electrical and computer engineering and minor in computer science probably. But again, this is slightly heavy on students in terms of 18 credits from the CSC has to be taken. The number of seats is there. I think Prof. Naveen Babu, you can add the current reality, how it happens.
I think Mr. Anil has summarized everything. I mean, there is no point that is left. On papers, it is very much possible. The transfer of branch from any branch to CSC exists on paper. But our practical reality is there will be no vacancy that gets generated after first year actually. If only if under extreme circumstances, say for example, they can still apply even if there is no vacancy. The second year students from other branches can still apply for a computer science branches, and they will definitely scrutinize the applications. The things that will take care is number one, whether the space, the vacancy can accommodate, the filling up of the seats can accommodate in their labs actually. Everything is related to the lab spaces also. If we have 120 students, our labs are designed for 130. So we cannot accommodate more students, then the learning really gets affected. So because of this, they are very, very skeptical about adding more students. But still, if they find a bright student from other branches, they will still admit it, but the chances are very rare. And how do they find the bright student is based on the course that they take on their first year. I showed you one course which is Introduction to Computer Programming, where they study C and C++. There is EEE students also study, the computer science students also study. So they compare the electrical students with their peer students in that particular course. If that particular course, the student has scored an A grade or A minus grade, and if the CGPA is more than 8.5 or 9 or 9.5, then definitely they will consider for inducting into the computer science program. But now this has become very rare actually.
Thank you so much. Just one more question. So even before, if you have a vacancy coming up before the child starts her first year, would these children be given preference, or you will see for your phase 3 people who write, will they be given preference? So I mean, how do we even attempt to get into CE as CSE?
Okay, so the answer is pretty similar to what I explained earlier. Like in nowadays, as I told you, there is a very less chances of vacancy. For an example, let's say before the batch start, which is tentatively on 16th of August, there is a possibility, let's say if at all there's a vacancies in the, let's say 4 vacancies in CSE batch, we are going to slide up. Okay, the next student who's keen, let's say we are the merit list is stopping here on 100 student, we go further 101, 102, 103. Those would have probably got it electrical and all. We upgrade them automatically without any student asking. But this sliding up will only happen for students who have made the payment, like your case. But as Prof. Naveen Babu said that last 2-3 years, we are seeing a lot of surge in the seats. We didn't had any possibility last 2 years to sliding up. It's rather oversubscribed for us. That's how it is. But otherwise, what you mentioned, the process is very similar. We give the opportunity to students who have already paid first.
Thank you so much, Anil and Naveen Babu. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, Krishnamurli, you are next. Please go ahead and unmute yourself. Krishnamurli, you're there?
Hi everyone, Murli here.
Yes.
So my son has been offered admission in electrical and computer engineering, and we have accepted the offer and we have paid the fees. So now when I saw the curriculum course structure shared by Dr. Naveen Babu, I see a list of courses amounting to 16 credits for getting a specialization. And there is no mandatory for getting a specialization. So the question is, if a student doesn't want this specialization, so what does he or she needs to do to get the 16 credits? Can it be used for the minor course? Or it has to be necessarily be used for the major course? Those 16 credits which will have to be accountable for that 160 total. Is my question clear? I mean,
Sir, you are on mute. Naveen sir, you are on mute.
Yeah, sir, I'll take one example for you. Say for example, a student wants to get specialized in embedded systems and computer engineering. You know that these are the set of courses where out of these he has to earn 19 credits, right? So say for example, now he is in 4th semester, right? So this is offered in 5th semester. Let us go to the 5th semester. Yeah, in the 5th semester, these are the 2 slots that they have. If he wants to get himself specialized, he has to take introduction to robotics course here, or the sensors measurement, sensors measurement and actuator course. What is that specialization? Yeah, specialization introduction to robotics course. Yes. So he has to take these 2 courses, introduction to robotics and sensor measurement and actuators, and there are 2 slots also. If he takes out of the 19 credits, he has already completed 3 plus 3, 6 credits he has completed. Now he comes to the 6th semester. In 6th semester, what are the courses left? The courses left are these 2 courses he has already done in 5th semester. In 6th semester, he has 3 courses to be done. So in the 6th semester, let us see the 3 courses. There are 3 slots again. If he takes by object-oriented programming and then IoT and then computer communication networks, he completes all the 3 particular slots. So he has already taken 6 credits. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 plus 3, one more 3 is 16. So he completes 16 credits of that is required for him to complete this specialization, embedded systems and computer engineering. Now, say for example, your first question, whether if he doesn't want any specialization, then what he needs to do is, let me again take the 5th semester and 6th semester example. In 5th semester, he takes robotics 1, and as a major elective 2 slot, he takes microwave engineering. Similarly, in the 6th semester, he can take any of these 3 courses that are offered in order to fill up this particular slot. out of say how many, 1, 3, 6, out of these 9 courses that are available for him, he can take any 3 courses of his choice, so that, obviously he will not fulfill the requirement of a minor here or of the specialization here.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that you have to take the mix of all courses and do it. That's what.
And he can, yes.
Good.
Yeah.
But now one question is about the choice of minor. So typically the minor is from a different department. So the courses that are offered by a different department, the timing of those courses may be very different from the courses that are offered by electrical and computer courses. So how do we resolve if there is a conflict and if the student wants to take a particular minor, which is offered maybe starting in the very 3rd semester? So how do you help the student to achieve that?
Understood your question, sir. We have a proper timetable slots where there will be no clashes that gets generated between the major course, elective courses, and the UWE courses. So we manage that with timetables, and students normally they do not find conflicts. To give you some statistics, 33% of our students completes minors and get the degree.
Yeah, and my son has one more question. There's the final question from us. Ask.
Yeah, so I got the offer for this electrical and computer engineering, and that was my 3rd priority. And I chose my 2nd one as economics and finance. So is it that the result for that hasn't been declared, or like you said previously, the sliding up might happen?
Look, sliding happen only in the School of Engineering. What we do in case. For a different school, as you said, you were doing your 2nd choice was economics, you mentioned. I corrected?
Yeah, economics and finance.
Economics is entirely different school. They have a different process altogether, where basically they will go into the preference 1, student 1. They will take the merit. Once the seat vacancy, then they move to the preference 2. Like that it happened. What is your preference 1?
I think I chose physics, BSc physics.
BSc physics, yes. So definitely for BSc physics, if you made it to the cutoff, you would be called for an interview. Okay, that's there, which will happen. So we have a multiple offer system also. We have incorporated. So let's say you got this offer. If you're keen, you feel you can book this. In case if you don't want this, you have to decline. But that's a risk. I'm not sure. Needed probably if you see the application, you can write us the application ID. We can also tell you that probably you've been called for physics. I'm not sure yet, or you would be going to.
Done with the interview for that.
Excellent. So I think if you can share the application ID on the chat box and your email ID, then Neeraj will writing you back in terms what is the status. Once you are clear with the status, okay, let's say physics was your first choice and you've been selected, then you have an option, you can decline this. But in case if you have a doubt or you are sure, no, let me continue with electrical, then you accept the offer and continue. That's how it is.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now Nishant Malhotra, I'm just allowing you. You can go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you, Dr. Naveen Babu, for comprehensively explaining, the comparison, which was very much required. Being an electrical engineer myself, I could understand most part of it. Thanks a lot for an elaborated, explanation. My question is from the layman's side, if I have to see that what percentage of computer science engineering the child is going to study in this electrical and computer engineering course, what would be that, is my guess or my, estimate correct? Is it around 70%, 75% or 60%? If I have to, see the gist of the entire slides.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Yeah,
so
you are right.
That is one part of my question. That is one part of my question. So once I hear that, I will ask the other part.
Okay, so I'm having my calculator to calculate what exactly. So out of 160 credits, they don't do 6 3s are 18. So 142 divided by 160 credits. So close to 88% of the courses we are doing what computer science students are doing.
Okay, and if I have to compare the core mother branch electrical with respect to the electronics, right? what would be that percentage if you have that figure? Like between
it depends on how a student chooses his specialization track. If a student chooses the RF and the energy system, modern energy system specialization, then his core courses will be close to 80% related to EEE program. If a student chooses RF and communication specializations or the nano electronics and sensor specializations, then again it will be close to 80% of the electronics and communication courses they will be taking. So it all depends on how the specialization tracks is chosen.
Okay, so is my understanding correct, sir, that 88% of this course is this is like 88% of the computer science course?
Yes, that's what I showed you, sir. Only there are 6 courses which ECE students are not doing the computer science courses.
Okay, so my second question is, sir, 4 years hence or after 4 years, what advantage you see in these students from electrical and computer engineering over computer science engineering students, right? 4 year hence, which they do as a value add to the industry.
We want to create the same confusion you are having with the employers after 4 years. Because when an employer comes, they all want us computer science engineering students. We always can pitch in our ECE students also as a computer science students for placements actually. And even when they go abroad also for master's program, if it is a purely a EEE program, they cannot get into computer science master's program. They cannot get into communications master science program. Now that the umbrella is very broad with electrical, electronics, communication and computers, out of these any 4 programs, they can go for their master's program. And if they want to do embedded systems, yes, they can do a specialization there because they have a computer science background. They want to do data structures or something on data sciences, then still they can do it because they have a degree, BTech degree in electrical and computer engineering. So that is how the advantages for, we are just expanding our umbrella of courses.
Because nowadays there is a lot of hype about data science, there is a lot of hype about AI, ML, and those specializations within computer science. So how these students would be, geared up to face that competition with respect to the computer science students with these specializations?
So again, I repeat, this is not a computer science program. This is an electrical program where computer applications are used. Sure. And in case a student is interested in still in data sciences, data security, and I've already shown you the syllabus of computer science where they are giving specializations under a UWE category. The students getting admitted to this program can go and do the minor programs with computer science and get themselves specialized.
Sure, sir. Thanks for answering that. That's all.
Thank you. Abrar, next question from your side, please. Please unmute yourself. Abrar, can you go ahead and unmute yourself? Okay, I'm allowing the next. Ganesh, can you unmute yourself?
Good evening to all. Thanks for beautifully explaining this, Dr. Naveen. I have this question, maybe a couple of questions. So one is that after doing this course, do you think the students would be able to take up computer application development related jobs? This is a straight question. Okay, the other thing is we have ECE 303 or 304 with artificial intelligence, 357 to robotics, or 360 on IoT. Are these more of hardware than software related courses, or would they have the software part also taught during these courses? And probably I would like to hear on this and then shoot the third one.
Mostly the computer science courses that we teach are mostly hardware oriented, not software oriented. Okay. And the data science, the artificial intelligence, robotic courses, that whatever we have listed, even for the past 5 to 10 years also, The electrical engineering faculties are teaching even the computer science students. Actually, we have been servicing the computer science department for very long. Then we have decided that why don't we expand ourselves, and then even next years also, in coming years also, the artificial intelligence and machine learning courses will be taught by electrical engineering faculty.
Okay. Right. So do they involve the software components to it, or any specific languages or anything that, or Python kind of libraries that they would be using for that?
So the computer science students in their 4 years of study, they do two programming courses. One is the first year C++ programming, and then they do Python programming. For the new program, they will also do C++ programming in the first year, and then they also do Python programming as an elective course. In addition to that, they get specialized in multisim, there is a software, and then they get specialized in MATLAB. They get specialized in TCAD simulation VLSI software. In digital electronics, they get specialized in Verilog and VHDL. So these are the multiple electrical appliance oriented softwares that the students will be learning in this electrical computer engineering.
Okay. Right. I was also wondering why this DBMS course is not part of the elective even for students if they are willing to take up that.
So that is for computer science engineering. Again, I said that it is electrical and computer engineering. That is computer part for electrical applications. DBMS is purely on sciences part. So normally, computer science needs to be placed in sciences school, not in the engineering school actually. So computer science is very much closely related to mathematics. So it's very different from what electrical and computer engineering is.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. That's it from me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sanjay Shriram. Next.
Please unmute yourself.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you, sirs, for a good clarification session. I think it gave a lot of light into the course by itself. The question is, in terms of the number of seats, I know we saw it is about 130 seats, if I remember right. I just wanted to understand, is there a plan? Is that in line, or is it going to be an increase in the number of seats? Just to understand the scale of students that will be there. The second question I have is more on the infrastructure side. I know you've mentioned that about 33% of the hostel accommodation is air conditioned. I mean, do you have plans to expand that further, just in the interest of a daily summer? Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll answer the second one, which you asked, the expansion in terms of the hostel facility. So currently, we also have a phase 4 of hostels already ready. It's just on the finishing touch. I think by the end of July, when the students would be coming up, we would be fully ready. And in fact, that facility is fully air conditioned and also has a what do you call single room occupancy also. So that way, I don't think so. There would be any hassle in terms of if you're very particular about, as a AC accommodation. I do understand, AC is no more a luxury now because of the global warming in some part of India. So that's the reason in terms we already have a facility. So by the time you'll be coming, there's an option, which is a single room with air condition, which is already centralized room. So it would be available by that time. Why we have not mentioned in the offer letter? Because as of now, what is totally 100% ready and running, I have shown that, so that we don't want any hassle there once you're joining up and all. But yes, once a student and candidate, they become from the candidate, they become student, they got enrollment, they have a choice probably to shift their accommodation.
Thank you. And as regards to the seats?
Yeah, so seats, as we mentioned, it's 130. But however, what happens, because it's a rolling offer, we always have a 1:3 kind of, or 1:2 kind of a ratio of offer to acceptance. Now, our biggest challenge becomes at times, this time I'm not sure how it goes, because we started the JE route also last 2 years. Because of the pandemic, we do not want students to get into another test and all. So we have opened up JE, and JE become very vulnerable in terms. Last year, the UGC has a very open policy, like they could take the withdrawal till October, November. And that's where we got up caught up, because a lot of students have taken through the JE route. They blocked the seat and holding it till the time they are not getting confirmation in their respective IITs, triple ITs or NITs. So yes, it's 130, but yes, a deviation of 10 to 15% can happen, probably if we require to accommodate some of the students. That's there.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the clarification.
You're welcome.
Sure. Amar, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, Amar Ashir.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Babu, for the wonderful presentation. My question is, will it be wrong to say that this new electrical and computer program is a combination of EEE, ECE, and CSE?
Prof.
Sir,
Naveen Babu, you need to unmute yourself.
Sorry, sir, you are right in saying it's not saying it's a combination of EEE, ECE, and computer science.
So I can say it's a combination of communication, that is ECE and EEE, right?
It's a combination of EEE, ECE, and computer science. It depends on how the student channelizes his career actually.
Yes.
If he takes energy systems, then he will be more aligned towards EEE. If he gets specialization in RF microwave, then it's more towards communications. If he gets aligned towards microelectronics and VLSI, again towards ECE. More towards embedded systems and IoT, it's towards computer science.
Okay, fine. And my one more question is, I believe Shiv Nadar is discontinuing with the ECE and EEE courses, right? From this academic year onwards?
No, we are not discontinuing. As I said in my PPT, we will continue to run our program till 2025. Which means that our first year admissions, we are not doing for EEE and ECE. We still have our second year students, third year students, and final year students. So we will be continuing that program.
Okay, and plus you will be admitting new students in the CSC branch as well from this year onwards. That is still there.
CSC is already.
Yes, CSC is still there.
Fine. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Saksham, please unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Sir, I got my offer letter for EC engineering, and this was my second preference. My first preference was CSE. So, is there a way that I could get CSE in round 2 by applying through other route like JEE Main or ACT or SAT or anything like that?
Okay, Saksham, look, you may apply, let's say, SAT route also, which we said, but again, it's the possibility through UClear. As I told JEE, there is a slight doubt in terms by what time the JEE result would be coming up, because June is an exam, by July end or mid when the result comes. So we need to take a look on that, whether we can accommodate through JEE route also or not. Reason being, we are starting from 16th of August, as I mentioned, our batches. Okay, that's where the biggest challenge what we have. You may apply, like you cannot apply again in the next new application. In the same application, you can opt it for other, like say JEE, you would have clicked. If the score comes and within the time the score comes and you have a good percentile, there's a chances that if you have already blocked the seat for this, we're going to upgrade this. That's not a problem. But as I mentioned with you, I'm not sure how fast the result will come this year because the exam is happening. And God forbid if we do not hit by any other instead of, COVID cases coming up or fourth wave like that. So currently, this is the situation. But yes, if you are applying through JEE route and we accommodate by that time, and if you get the better score which made the cutoff to CSE and all, we would be happy to upgrade you.
Sir, that was for specifically JEE. And now if I ask that if I update my ACT scores and out of 36 I get around 34, then are there any chances of me getting a CSE seat?
Look, again, for the ACTs and SAT, which you give, college board SAT, there would be followed by an interview. The panel is going to take the interview, and on the basis of that. And that's a possibility if the panel finds you fit for this in terms of what you applying for, that's your preference. Definitely, we will abide by that.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's all.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much.
Abrar, please unmute yourself.
I think Rahul has a question on the way. No, because we've
Uh,
taken Abrar and Devendra. I think we have already answered, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, Abrar, we tried. I think there's a problem. Abrar, do you have any queries? Uh, Not a problem. Devendra, please go ahead and ask the question.
Yeah, good evening again. Actually, can I ask the question? Yeah, it
Please,
was
please
more
go ahead.
related to your admission process, sir. So, as one of the parents also pointed out about the AC rooms, and considering the sweltering heat that we are going through, every parent is worried about it. So, my query was more like when you go to the pre-registration form and they ask you for an option, after you press this, I mean, you may not be aware of it, but I'm sorry to be blurting it out here. So once you press your preference, it doesn't go anywhere. It just comes back to the same page. So I was
Yeah.
wondering.
So if you see, we have written, if you need, you just click that option. It's
I
record in the
see.
backend. So we have a logging system. There is, it's very clearly say why we are saying that. If I say, okay, you got it now, it would be tough. So what we do, there's a log system which is created at the back end, and 33%, as we mentioned, those who are coming in the log sheet, we are going to offer them. And there's a high possibility, let's say the 33% is filled, but later on, just before the batch start, they might withdraw. So accordingly, the sliding will have come. So you just have to just tick mark that's been done. That's the reason there is no confirmation we give you right now. The confirmation will only come when you physically come here. It's high possibility, sir. Like I'm very honest in saying you have taken admission, you zero down, but possible your son got admission in JE, let's say through that route, he's cracking CSE, you probably withdraw. So if I confirm you and block the seat, the next person cannot go. That's the reason we are taking the logs, which happening in backend. That's how it is.
Fine, Mr. Nair. In fact, my second question was related to your later part of the answer only. That if the preference as parents and as the student is SNU, then can we depend on this admission process and avoid taking other exams? Because if we do, can we say that we are done and dusted? If SNU has given us an offer, we've paid the fees and fulfilled the necessary requirements, or is there any chance that SNU may back out so that we still keep exploring for other options?
No, no, I don't think so, sir. SNE will be backing out once we have given provisional. I'll tell you why this is provisional offer letter. Otherwise,
So,
it would have been complete. There is only one hurdle, which is I'm saying with your basic eligibility criteria.
right.
Okay, which we have mentioned. And if you see last 2-3 years, we are going like that because board exam is happening, not happening, all this chaos which is happening. So what we have mentioned, it should be PCM, which I'm saying CBSE board. Okay,
Yeah,
PCM should be 70 and all rest of the your subjects which are there, 50% there and English mandatory. This is the condition the candidate has to fulfill. If it is there, there is no issue. Like that has been confirmed.
fine. So fine. Thank you very much. And sir, one last thing. So, because the forms are asking for obviously the 12th mark sheet, and also, do we submit it, or is it okay if it is just saved in the current form?
No, no.
Because
Currently, like why we have given this option, let me tell you this also. There are gap year student also.
right, right.
Okay, so for them, they are readily available. They can upload and confirm. So we have already some percentage of students who are already covered. Once the mark sheet and all will come, you have to upload that. Okay. And in any case, this year you will upload because we have to do a verification. So for an
Right.
example, and we take a declaration also self, what is your uploading? I can't probably because fully digilocker system has come, but we still have an access issue for certain students. You just upload the documents when it's ready, and I am sure before the August, by 30th July or first week August, you finish this process, the mark sheet would be available. This you need to upload for all the students. Once you are coming for the registration physically, at the campus, you have to bring the originals and all. Before joining, we are going to send you again, a letter and information, what have you need to bring, what is the process and all like that. But as of now, it's fine what you have done. Only thing you need to do, which is a mandatory from UGC, is your anti-ragging form, which you have to download and sign and upload, and the second is important, your medical declaration. These are the two things you can do meanwhile.
All right, sir. All right. And we can leave it as at save, not submit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just save it. And then later on, you can update that, Just don't submit that. You just save it like that there.
Fine. Thank you very much, Mr.
You're welcome and congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Rahul, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. So my question is, if we wish to come physically and inquire in the university, so can we regarding the fee structure and all?
Sorry, I missed your last part. What did you say?
Sir, if we wish to come physically and inquire in the university regarding the fee structure and all the things that we are facing in issues, sir, can we come there?
Look, you can most welcome come. You just write an email, the slot, what time you wanted to come. We will make the necessary arrangement for your campus visit. But I still not able to understand your last part. It was little blurred. You need some help and support. You are most welcome to come and see the campus. But anything if you want it on telephonic or what, we can help you that also. But you're most welcome to come to the campus.
Yes, sir, my parents want to inquire physically in the university regarding something.
Yeah, definitely. You're most welcome. Please come. Just write to admissions@snu.edu.in. Neeraj, my colleague will type the email ID in the chat box. Just write to them what date you want to come.
Okay, sir. Sir, and one more thing. Sir, that why is it mandatory to stay in that campus only if we are living just nearby the university only?
Okay, so Rahul, it's a very good question. Okay, even if you are residing next door to the university, the whole vision and purpose of this university is to make this a very conducive environment for residential studies. So the classroom study doesn't finish or confine to the classrooms only. Our more than 48% of the faculty stay inside. It's a residential campus for PhD, postdoctoral, masters also. So what happens beyond the classroom also, there are a lot of interactions happen. There are 55 clubs and society, which include your educational clubs and society, subject level, adventures club. All that happened beyond, this all happened beyond the classroom session, which is 9 to 4 or 9 to 5. Now, it would be very tough and difficult for the students to go out and come back and all. And that's the reason. Yes, I think you have to unmute, Neeraj.
In addition to what Mr. Anil said, because you know that we are offering majors and minors, right? When you're doing a minor course, we have to place our time slot such that there is no clashes. I answered this with some other parent also. When you are creating your timetable and structure that way, it is not possible for between a 9 to 5 batch. So your timetable gets extended. At times what happens is, this is a research-led university, discussion doesn't stop at 40 minutes or 45 minutes. In our labs also, it gets extended to 3 hours lab, 4 hours lab. So if you're staying inside, then the time constraint will not be with us during your learning process. Right? So that is another reason why this is a completely a residential campus.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Vaibhav, please unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. Sir, I got my offer of admission in ECE from Shiv University. So I wanted to ask that could you inform us about the placements that happened last year and like what percentage of students were placed in core branches and what was the average package and the job opportunities that SNU offers? Thank you.
So, yeah, Naveen Babu, please go ahead.
Please go ahead, sir. No issue.
Yeah. So what we have, like if we have around 92 to 94% of placements, what we have in overall. Now, if you want specifically core and all, we know we have a lot of companies coming for core. I don't have probably right exact data, the percentage wise, but yes, some of the leading company and all, we can share what happened. Jane, we have today also, we got a deck. We can probably share with you that in terms of the companies.
I will share the list of companies that come to campus.
Yeah.
That slide. So, I mean, the companies range from your Microsoft to Google to Amazon. So I'll share the list.
Yep. So you just send your email ID and all, we will share you the data and we'll ask, like his specific question is to the core companies also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is basically predominantly you will get a net idea and all. So if you typically see a domain into the electrical and all, we have Tata Power and all. If you're talking about electronics, we have Siemens, Samsungs. If you're looking, L&T is both. You know, they have into infrastructures also there and all. Dell. You're talking about specifically for civil students and all. We have Shaprunji, Plonji, and Tata Housing also all across. So, and we also work very closely with the big five. You know, where the consulting is one of the biggest opportunity. Zeiss is there coming, and our students were taking, which takes for all branches. So that's a trend which you will see. And this 7.81 is also pretty healthy ratio, and it's about to probably increase also this year.
Yeah. Sir, my one more question. Naveen sir mentioned that there are some companies which are very rigid for hiring computer science guys only. So it's a very basic question, but could you name a few? Like, what are those companies?
I need to check probably if Prof. Naveen could say any specific came across.
Say for example, Microsoft, or even Goldman Sachs. Yeah, Goldman Sachs did not allow EEE or ECE students to sit. Only computer science students or economic students. Right. So Goldman Sachs offered 42 lakhs per annum last time when they came. So our students really missed that opportunity just because though they study, they are doing the computer science courses, just because of the computer name is not there in their thing, so they were not allowed to sit. So from next time, they can sit for Goldman Sachs also.
And sir, have you tried consulting with the company staff regarding this? Like we changed your name from to electrical and computer engineering.
See, we did this. This is not an overnight decision that we took to change this. We have been debating, we have been discussing with our stakeholders. When we say stakeholders, it is with regard to our past alumni, with regarding to our current students, with regarding to our parents, with our employers who comes for recruitment. It's feedback has been taken. There is a requirement even for under the accreditation NAC also, that we have to take our feedbacks and what is the action that we have taken. Right, in the feedback you can see that is available in our website also. We take feedback on our curricula. It is not on the infrastructure, facilities, how our teaching is are. We take on our course contents. We show our course contents to these employers and tell us how to improve upon this. So that is how our feedback mechanism goes. Based on that, we have taken this decision.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Pradeep, you can unmute yourself, please. Pradeep, you have any query? You can unmute. Not a problem. Harsh, can you please unmute yourself? Harsh Tyagi. Harsh, you have any query? Aditya? You can unmute yourself in case you have any query.
Aditya, I have activated your mic also if you have a question.
Yes, sir. Good evening. My query is regarding the pre-registration part of the admission process. So it's given that after paying the fees, we are supposed to complete the other steps also before the due date. So as already some people told, certain documents like the transfer certificate and the 12th marks can't be uploaded. So what are we supposed to do regarding that?
No, you don't have to do anything. Leave it there. Once you get the 12th application mark sheets and all, you upload that. That is mandatory before joining the university physically. So you have to complete that, as I mentioned earlier, before the joining of the batch. We call it orientation session, which will happen physically for you. Before that, you have to complete that. We'll tell you a date. let's say end of July, because we have to do the final verification for you. In any case, the physical document will also happen. So as of now, whatever formality you have covered, you've done. As I told you, there are two requirements you can quickly do. One is your anti-ragging form, which has to be downloaded, which is a UGC requirement. Second is your medical declaration form, which you have to do. These two you can actually meanwhile complete and update.
So the link will be active till the time we.
Don't worry, we will accept, because we know. Look, the whole system has been created with the normalcy we have. So we all know that because of the COVID, the postponement happened and all. We still don't know the result when it comes. That's the reason. It's an open.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Udbhav, probably you can unmute Jayant if you can, or Neeraj.
I did that, sir. Udav, can you just unmute yourself?
Uddhav, I have allowed you mic. You can ask your question.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. And there's a lot of discussion that's been happening, and I get to understand most of the questions that have been running in my mind. But yet another thing that that goes behind my mind and nobody has talked about till now is about the security of the students in the campus. Like what measures are taken and how do you actually deal with this? Because you expect the students to be there in house completely with you. So regarding the security, can you please throw some light on that?
Udbhav, I'll appreciate your question. Pretty good. Like very often or seldomly we don't get this question done. This is a residential campus. Okay, so the residential campus first genesis and foundation is about your safety and wellness. What do you going on? So a simple thing is that I stay in the campus with my kids, my family, and all parents. Okay, this is a fully gated community, 300-acre campus. The campus is a biometric. When I say biometric, in terms of classrooms, all the labs, your hostel facility, and the main gate door. Okay, that's why. Having said that, we don't believe on moral policing and all because we treat you as a young adult. Okay. At the same time, we have the guard, security, warden, each individual model. It's been taken care of. That. So you shouldn't be worried about these things. So we have established this institute since 2011. We already crossed a decade. Everything's running and smooth and all. So security is the last thing probably should be in your mind in terms of your safety. Things have been taken care of well. As I said, since being it's residential, it's all the more reason we take care of this. Since you asked, I'll add up to this. We also have a facility which is basically called Blue Circle, which is giving you a medical facility and all for bedded and sitting. We have 2 residential doctors, including a dentist also there with us in terms of taking care of whatever the issue we have. We have a fully loaded, full-fledged ambulance also in case if at all we have a situation which required a further course of medical assistance to be done in hospitals and all. We have onboarded panels of hospitals very nearby. We also make sure that the students is being taken care of for medical insurance also to take care of the day-to-day, expenses in terms of any medical exigencies comes. So that way you are pretty safe.
Sure,
I would like to invite Mr. Jay from CDC to explain something on the placement data. Jay, are you here?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dr. Naveen. I guess the database that has been shown is for the 2021 batch because the placements are still going on. So
Correct.
it was particularly being shown. Related to EC and Triple E, the questions that were coming related to average package or the placements that are going on, it's currently at present is 11.5 LPA for EC and Triple E branches for the same. Now, the questions that obviously comes around is that what are the placement opportunities that are coming for a EC Triple E and the current course that will be running across as the convergence of branches is going on in the industry. So we start off with the software development companies like you can say Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, okay, Commvault, American Express. These are the topmost clients that are coming, and that as Mr. Anil and Jayant was talking about Google, okay, and all of these. Adobe is one of the. These are the companies that are coming with more than 25 LPA that I'm currently speaking about. Then obvious question that comes across that what are the core companies that are coming for the domain? There are, as you can see, due to our policies related to semiconductor, and lots of investment is going on in the semiconductor industry at present. So we would be having Micron Technologies, Qualcomm, Cadence, Synopsys. These are the topmost players in the particular semiconductor industry that comes with VLSI embedded as well as the software domain part for the same. The third part that comes across, as Mr. Anil definitely mentioned, is the consulting domain. So we have McKinsey as a regular recruiter with us. Yesterday itself, we have a very senior leader visiting us, Mr. Akash Gupta, who is the McKinsey Client Leader Capability Network for the same. And then Bain is also one of the recruiter that comes across with us regularly for it. Apart from that, big fours are there: KPMG, PwC, EY, Deloitte. These all are regular recruiters in university space. Even there are lots of hackathon-based competitions and coding competitions that are going on, and you will be happy to know that students have scored pretty well in KPMG competition, and they were directly offered a pre-placement offer from them. So, and with respect to the career development services team, it's just not about placements, it's just preparing the students likewise. So we are having a strong career development services team that takes care of the entire soft skill sessions for the same, a corporate outreach team. Okay, the all of the major events in association with all of the university stakeholders are being particularly being taken care by related to HR conclaves, roundtable conference, and also a strong alumni cell for the same. And even those students, I guess lots of queries were related to master's program for the same. So we do conduct specific sessions on the higher education also for the same. So this in itself, I'm encapsulating the small on behalf of Career Development Center team. We welcome you for any of the queries, and we welcome you to the university for having any specific queries for the same. I thought of just clarifying it so that a clarity is there, because that is a 2021 batch database, so that a decision, it helps you in the decision making. Thank you, Dr. Naveen, and to the admission team for the same.
Thank you, Jane.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, sir. Ria, you go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
Good evening, sir. My name is Ria, and I've just joined the session. I've joined it late because I'm having my exam tomorrow. So I'm getting the stream Electronics and Computer Engineering. Can you please tell me a little bit about that? Because I have done a lot of research and I'm just trying to know something better. And I come from a computer-based family, so I really need something which is out of the course so that I can just boom.
So,
well, I believe, sir, I can share the recording because Priya, because we have already covered more than 1.5 hours, and we actually explained a lot of queries. If you share your candidate ID, I'll share the recording with you. Alternatively, if you have any queries related to post listening to the recording, we'll be more than happy to assist you, because there's a lot of things which we have actually explained in depth. I think this recording is definitely going to help.
yeah. So, Ria, what you do, the paucity of time, I don't want to hang Dr. Naveen Babu. He has his research work also, and you have an exam tomorrow. What I suggest, you give your exam well, and we will send you this particular whole detailed recording to you. You listen it to carefully. I think whatever the doubts or question you have covered most of the question. In case post seeing the recording and all, you still have a question, just write to us too back. We will happy to answer you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. All the best for your exam tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir.
All the best. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Susan, you can probably the next unmute.
Yeah, Susan, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. My question, am I audible, sir?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Loud and clear.
My question is to Anil, sir.
Yep.
Sir, I have blocked the seat for my son, and I have paid the fees also. But I am not getting any confirmation, sir. It's still showing pending. and I have tried to contact, but the contact number is also different. I couldn't contact.
Okay, so when did you make the payment?
Around 15th it is.
Okay, so usually it's take 2 to 3 days time for the validation from the what do you call your finance department. What it shows payment pending or payment validation.
Actually, sir, my son only is taking care of all these things today. His exams are over, so he's just gone out.
Okay, not a problem. Don't worry.
It is pending, ma'am. Sir, it is pending. It is showing.
Okay,
And
so
I have talked to Vaibhavi madam, and she told that I have sent all my details to her also, so she will share it with the admin. She also told me, but still I didn't get any confirmation regarding that.
Not to worry, you would be getting a response, but I'll request here right now, Neeraj, you just write your email ID also here on the chat box. Just send the screenshot and all, because sometime it happens, the payment can stuck somewhere or whatever. Not to worry, we'll take care of this. In case if it has not reached to our bank, we'll let you know. If it has reached to our bank, the finance will validate you and you'll go to the next step. So just send the information again to the email ID what Neeraj is going to type in the chat box. Okay.
And so one more thing, there is no telephone number, sir, which I can contact. It's 120, some extension is showing, but it's unable to contact, sir.
No. So there is a contact center number, and Neeraj, write that also. We have the board lines also of the university where you can write, and probably the numbers are there. So you just write, so just contact on this number. It give you 2 bus and it moves to the admissions, because we have not 1, we have 3 extensions.
Okay. So give it that reason, sir.
Sure.
That.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
You're welcome.
Nishant, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Nishant, do you have any query?
I think we already had Nishant's question earlier. Not sure.
I think.
Sorry, it took some time to get it unmuted.
That's okay.
No, so I just wanted to check on one thing. What is the NIRF ranking of the institute?
Yeah. So there is a ranking what we have. One is the institute one and the overall one and all. Could you please take up the slides, Neeraj? The ranking one. So it's an institute overall, and then we have an engineering board.
I'll do that.
Yeah. How many questions we have now? Harsh, Mamta, just.
Presenting is not going on, sir. Just give me a second.
Neeraj, I have it. Can I project?
Yeah. Project.
Please, yes.
Is the screen visible?
Actually, the bottom line is little hidden.
Anil sir, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see that. Yes.
You can say, not an issue. Can you see that?
So if I see,
it's a 84th ranking overall, and as in among the universities, 56. That's how it is.
So what is the ranking of School of Engineering in this?
So we have taken the overall, if you see, as a university, which we have done it. And especially which I mentioned with you, the overall is 84th in India itself and 56 among the university, which is taken institute wise. So further difference, I think probably we need to detail the report out, because as I mentioned that we are not registered only for the institutes of engineering. Like there are certain institutes who register for that. We have in the holistic university, because we have School of Natural Sciences, Humanities all across.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Harsh, please unmute yourself. Harsh, you have any query? Harsh, please go ahead and ask the question. You are unmuted.
Me? Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Sir, I need to ask about the fees. Sir, the admission, the first installment is the 25,000 that is mentioned as the security deposit, or is it the first fees of the first semester?
Yes, so the first year fees would be your 25,000 admission fees, 25,000 of security deposit, and the semester fees. That would be your initial fees you have to do. And the balance hostel and all, you have to make it. There is a date mentioned in that before joining the campus, 5 days before. So that means at least by 6th or 7th of August, you have to make that payment also.
Sir, so just in case that if I get some other college through some other exam, because there are other exams left as well.
Yeah.
So will the semester will all that be refunded or something?
Yes. So all the fees is refunded. I think you're not clearly gone through the offer letter. There is a refund policy very clearly described, and where we have mentioned that we will be following the UGC guidelines. As of now, only your 5,000 would be deducted. In case, let's say like last year, UGC came up with a revised policy. They mentioned that anybody, because of the hard pressed time of COVID, they mentioned that we have to refund full if it is, by certain dates. They were only deducted 1,000 rupees. So if there is a new directive come from UGC that you only deduct 1,000, we will deduct only 1,000. Otherwise, it's 5 before the batch start. So at least let's say by 13th of August, you take a decision, or 12th, that you don't want to continue because you probably got a choice of your institute, as you mentioned. You can take the refund. That's what it is. Not to worry.
Right, sir. Sir, is the total first amount 2,12,000 rupees? Am I correct?
Yeah. So just see the offer letter, please. It is clearly mentioned.
Oh, okay, okay, right, sir, right, sir.
You read the offer letter. Okay.
Thank you for the session, sir.
You're welcome. I have since we probably closing the session, I would request if somebody has a specific question, they can mention on chat box parallelly, because we have few more questions left. Mamta?
Yeah, Mamta, please unmute yourself. I would request everybody to please go ahead and ask for specifically related to electrical and computer engineering. We will again be doing the session, but alternatively, put your query in the chat box. We'll be happy to give you an answer for that.
Yeah, so there's a question here. What if we start the batch and after some days we take the admissions? No problem. Again, we have specified after the batch start days, within 15 days, what would be the refund, like 10% deduction or like that. There is a slab mentioned in the offer letter. So you can see the slabs, dates are mentioned.
Hi, I thank you all of you for sharing the details, but request you to kindly share the course curriculum on our mail ID, because it's so extensive and we were not aware of it before. And I need to share it with my son also. So I'll appreciate if you share either the presentation or the detailed course curriculum.
Definitely.
The curricula is already there on our webpage. If you visit there, you can verify. But still, we will send you the curricula, whatever the document that you need, we'll send you across.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Jess, please go ahead and unmute. Jess, you have any query?
Somebody asked about the scholarship. Meanwhile, just comes up like those candidates who have applied for financial aid or scholarship, if they have uploaded their documents and all like that, even if you get this particular offer letter, within 1 or 2 weeks, we are completing those cases where all the documents have been uploaded. And in case after that, their verification and everything is completed from our third party, all the completed cases will go to the committee and they will decide a certain level of financial aid or the scholarship cases. We will update you and accordingly you will adjust. So let's say if you have made all the payment and you're getting 50% scholarship, we will refund you or I'll adjust you. And you would be getting the scholarship or financial aid accordingly. With any other question?
Go ahead and unmute, please. G. Shrikant, please go ahead.
So there's a question before Jai Shrikant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good evening, sir. This is Shrikant. I have a small query regarding specialization. For example, the EC students having only 4 specialization. If the student is interested towards the computer science specialization like AI and ML and cyber security and data science, is there any possibility to do the specialization in those areas, being an ECE student?
Uh, Being an ECE student, they can only earn a minor in other departments. They cannot do a specialization in other departments. So minor in computer science is very much possible, in the sense they can do the data sciences and security courses through the minor program. But the specialization part, whatever is being offered by the EC department, only you can do it.
That means only 4 specializations.
Yes, currently for specialization. By the time your son graduates, we will add more specializations also, in case we have enough faculties to teach.
Sir, and one more question, sir. I mean, what are the different subjects you are including in this ECE course? Like there are a lot of advanced courses like related to the security and data science and AI and ML. So you didn't mention specific courses. Just you are telling that only fundamental courses like C and C++, and you are giving AI certain concepts and Python programming like that. Sir, my question is, the syllabus is same for both ECE students and computer science students?
Sir, I again reiterate that this is not a computer science programming. This is electrical and computer programming. Our computer science engineering department offers the data sciences, the data security specializations. And again, I reiterate that the computer means here in this particular program is for applications towards electrical engineering based applications.
Yes, sir. My question is, for example, you take C course, the C syllabus or C++ syllabus in ECE, and the computer science students have studying the same syllabus, or is there any some discount related like that?
It is same. If you look at the course code also, it is taught by computer science faculties.
Fine, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll quickly take 2 questions where a student is mentioning that if I take minor in CSC related UWE, would they be recognized by the employers? Yes, definitely. Please understand at the end you're doing the certain particular electives and combining it as Prof. Naveen mentioned, 16, 18, 19 credit requirement. I'll simply give an example. We have a student who have done BTech in CSC major and minor in BMS, Bachelor of Management Studies. She has done her master's not in MTech, but done in management from Raw School of Management. Similarly, a lot of university, it is more prevalent abroad also in all, where they actually take and recognize this. So that way, don't worry, it's been recognized that side. Look, most of the employees, I wanted to tell you, they know that once you have graduated from a prestigious institutes like us and all, they know that you have completed a CGP. They're not getting onto only the degree, except there are few where Prof. Naveen mentioned they are hard pressed on particular degree title. The more important thing is your aptitude towards they look at and all, their analytical skills and critical thinking ability and all. And that's why they come up with their own testing system when they recruit. So you see there's a testing system of a lot of company they do. You have to give that and probably go about it. So that is more important when they check. And there is another question I think I already had. One student has one query has come. Do we have education loan can be arranged? Yes, bank gives us also, and we also have a tie-up. Probably you can see the links. Neeraj, you probably take Ramkishore's application ID and all, send them the link where you can actually apply and request for a loan. So they give this facility where they pay on your behalf and you can pay them in installment with whatever the rate of interest they have and all. So we have already tied up with these 2 institutes. It's available on the website. We will share with you.
Jess, you can unmute yourself in case you have any query. Okay.
Yeah.
Vedanti, you can unmute yourself.
And Susan, I request you again, please write to us again. And I think Neeraj, you can mention your email ID and admission.
I have mentioned it, sir.
Just
I also pasted the phone number to our admissions desk with the extension to a dedicated person. So if anyone has got any query regarding admissions, please feel free to call the number. It's pasted on the chat box.
It's a jumping line. You might have a delay because of the large volume, and we have right now offer letters just ready. But please be patient. Do write to us. We will definitely come back to you. In case we miss and all, there would be delay in response to you, but we'll definitely help you. So SDC has written. They written a mail back. No response. Just please check the ID is okay or not. Just write your email ID here. From where you have written the request or query, we will probably give you back, and also the candidate ID. I also like to mention all the students and all, for future course or time, till the time you get the enrollment and registration number from university, please in all your communication mention on the top heading your application ID, which start from 2022 SNU, like that, SNU2. So please do mention that. It is more easier to find and resolve the resolution in a quicker time. Yes, I think Jay has already mentioned from our CDC team that the preparation for student for higher education is also catered to this CAT, GRE, and all. I think they conduct tests and preparation also for this at the campus.
Yes, you're correct, Anil. So there are specific CAT aligned collaborations also that we are having with the institutes wherein students can take care of the same.
Great. Vedanti, please go ahead and unmute. Please unmute yourself.
Jen, what's the time now?
So good evening, sir.
Yeah.
So my son got electric and computer engineering. So what is the future of electric and computer engineering, sir?
Sorry, I missed your question.
Future of electric and computer engineering, sir.
Okay, so it's probably from Naveen Babu. They're looking the job prospects in terms of.
Yeah, I mean, with adding computer applications to electrical systems, you are expanding your umbrella of courses. You are expanding your vision of computer engineering also into the electrical systems. So, your career prospects in terms of job placements will also be expanded, because the recruiting company now, it will not be restricting themselves only to computer science. Number one, in case of a master's degree program, you can still continue to go and apply for computer science based departments, because you have a background of computer engineering in your undergraduate programs.
So
Okay.
thank you.
Also, I think we are way ahead of our scheduled time.
Yeah, so let's take a final question of Shalini. I think she has dropped in.
Yeah,
Shalini.
we can take one question and then we will keep on. We will have one more session of this. So anyone who has a question, please feel free to write to us, or I have also pasted the phone number. Do feel free to call that number from 9 to 5. Someone will be there to assist you. Shalini, one last question.
Jayant also paste the email ID also for it.
Yes, I'll paste all the details here. One last question for the day. Shalini, please ask.
Shalini,
yeah.
please.
So I just wanted to check with you guys. When you have said that this is the first time that you're doing a dual course, so what is the percentage of CS versus electrical, if that's a good question to ask? And where do you see the CTCs that will be offered after 4 years or 5 years for this particular course?
Yeah, I think half can be probably Jay Parekh, and Naveen Babu sir can probably take the first one. I think he already explained that.
So we covered extensively on the comparison between the existing computer science program and electrical and computer engineering. So we will share all the required materials and the recording of this particular session. You can just go through it. I believe you joined slightly late. So with related to career prospects, just my answer is as before, that we are expanding our umbrella of computer engineering also into electrical appliances and electrical systems. So any company seeking only for computer science graduates, now it will be expanded to this program also. So that's what we are looking for. And now Jay said that our CTC is close to 11.5 LPA for core computer engineering, sorry, electrical students. This average LPA is bound to grow by getting ourselves getting added to the lucrative computer science programs also.
All right, thank you.
So I think we can end the session now. Thank you, Naveen sir, for joining in. Thank you, Anil sir. Thank you, Jay, for your support. So I would like to thank everyone for joining in. We will be conducting more such sessions in the near future. We'll be sending you regular updates. We also conduct our open houses or information sessions. So please keep on checking your emails for such updates. So any information you will give you a call, and we'll also email you details of any upcoming sessions that we might have. So thank you everyone for joining in. Wishing all the participants the best of luck. And thank you everyone. Have a pleasant evening.
Congratulations for all those who have got the offers. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Anissa, for joining in. Thank you, Naveen sir, for being a part of it. Thank you.
Thanks. All the best to all the students. Thanks.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you. Neil.
Thank you. Thank you to all.
Hi, Jay.
Thank you, Jay. Bye.
Bye.